Hi singers! I'm Val Bastien from Voice Yourself Singing. Welcome to today's presentation. As you can see from the title, this masterclass is called 5 Shifts to Uncover Your Best Voice, Sing Consistently with Ease, and Eliminate Strain from your practice for good. So it's really great to have you here. I'm really excited. I hope you won't mind, but I'm going to dive right in because I've got some really fantastic content to share with you today. First off, who this is for? This is for anyone who loves to sing and is serious about mastering their singing skills. Cover singers, singer-songwriters, singers in a band, actor-singers, worship singers, wedding singers, music teachers, you name it. If you use your voice to create or entertain, then this is for you. And if you are looking to resolve your issues once and for all, then pay attention because this is going to be the best 45 minutes. Here's what we're going to cover in the next 45 minutes. We are going to talk about how to sing higher, louder, and effortlessly throughout your range and without straining in less than 2 months, even if that seems like a totally unachievable task. We are going to talk about how to find your own unique vocal identity and sing your heart out without shutting down your voice or compromising on emotion so that you can find the voice you want, sing any way you want, anytime you want. We are going to talk about how to show off your high notes beyond using falsetto or wearing super tight leather pants. But also we are going to talk about how to triple your stamina without pushing your voice beyond its natural limits. We are going to talk about how to manage your nerves and not let stress ruin your performance even when you know that you only have one shot at a chance of a lifetime. We are going to discuss how to eliminate vocal fatigue despite the high demands of singing nightly and even if you put on a high energy performance jumping and dancing in front of rabid fans. We will also talk about how to give it all you've got without getting in the way of healthy vocal technique. My promise to you is to provide you with a step-by-step strategy to sing higher, louder, and effortlessly so that you can sing at your best and make an impact in your community or in the music industry. I know this may seem a little out of reach for some of you right now, but I have clients who are currently doing that, and I'm going to show you the exact process that they are following in order to make that a reality. Before we continue, there are some house rules that I want to mention. First, there's no quick fix. I'm no magician. Second, do nothing, get nothing. Third, if you're tone deaf, I'm really sorry, but this program is not for you. If you can't sing happy birthday in tune, for example, it's not your fault. It's the way your brain is wired, and it's wired differently. So you just have to accept that. Fourth, neither my results nor my clients' results are typical. The singers you're going to hear about are extraordinary singers. They work hard, they kick ass, and they earned the results I'm about to share with you. Your success, or lack of thereof, is up to you. Now let's pause a moment. I just want to check in with you and see where you're at. Does this sound like you? Do you worry about hitting high notes? Does your voice feel shaky or even break when you sing? Do you like the sound of your voice on a recording? Do you find yourself only writing songs in your comfortable range to avoid tough stuff? Do you keep your set list safe by limiting your choices with songs easy to sing rather than what people really want to hear? Do you experience vocal fatigue after you practice or have a band rehearsal, after a recording session, or after a show? Do you fear losing a role, getting kicked out of the band, or worse, missing out on life-altering opportunities? Is your singing holding you back? Would you be more successful if you sang better? Do you believe that you are capable of so much more vocally, but don't know how to access those skills? So what do you think? Does it sound like you? Good news, my friend. None of these are the real problem. they are only the symptoms. The real problem is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. Once you make those shifts, everything will change. We're going to talk about what those shifts are in just a minute. I want to give you a glimpse of what your life might be like once you make those shifts. Vocal freedom will open up a whole new world of possibilities, including endless repertoire and unmatched creativity. You know that beautiful melody you hear in your head? You will be able to sing it exactly. Just imagine singing songs from your favorite idols that you could never sing before and getting complimented on your incredible talent and ability to capture the essence of the music. People telling you how your voice makes them vibrate, the comfort it brought, the happiness, the shivers. And if you write songs, ideas will start flowing abundantly. You will sing more songs and write more songs. You will sing them with complete control over your voice every single time. Using a wide variety of vocal textures will unleash your ability to express your emotions and communicate with your audience effectively because you won't have to worry about your technique. This will allow you to relax more, let loose, and bring the fun back into your performance. Because your confidence will go through the roof, you will establish yourself as a skilled and charismatic vocalist. Recording your songs will be easy and quick, so it will cut on your studio cost. In front of the camera and on stage, you will command and engage your audience like never before, because when you sing a song, you own it like a boss. Nothing is beyond your reach. Bring on the high notes, bring on the crazy runs, bring on the cheers, tears, and the thrills. All eyes are on you, and you are loving life. You will be making a name for yourself. The word is going to get around that you are the next best thing in town, and you will be offered more and more gigs and opportunities to showcase your talent. Getting recognized and appreciated in a competitive industry will bring so much higher levels of success. Now, I also want to tell you a little bit about myself. My whole career is centered around teaching. I have been teaching privately and in the public school system for almost 20 years. My goal is to deliver simple yet effective content using differentiation strategies in order to give every singer what he or she needs to succeed. I enjoy performing, but with so much teaching, I have little time for it, so I'm not going to try to impress you with tales of big production because teaching is my niche and it's what I've chosen. I work with clients looking to overcome their limitations or rehabilitate their voice after a vocal injury. Whether you sing pop, R&B, jazz, or rock is of little importance because good technique is good technique, and that applies to all genres. Thanks to the wonders of technology, I am able to help singers not only in my own community, but also in the rest of the world. It's been super cool to connect with clients from outside the Americas, in Europe, and even in Asia on a few occasions. This is my story. In the last year of completing my BA in Fine Arts and in Classical Singing, my teacher told me that I still had a little bit of nasality left in my voice. She recommended to undergo tonsils and adenoids removal surgery since they were huge anyway. I had been doing well up to that point. You see, I was a little bit of a natural, so we had mostly worked on repertoire and not so much on technique. But after surgery, the loss of that massive tissue at the back of my throat completely changed the perception of my voice. I became confused about how to sing, and I started developing all kinds of weird tension affecting my tone and restricting my range. And I just couldn't sing the way I used to. It was devastating. I actually almost quit singing because I felt so embarrassed, inadequate, and depressed. But I'm a fighter and I love to sing, so I experimented with my voice, read tons of books about vocal technique, studied the way other successful singers sing, and I just kept at it. I persevered. until I discovered the 5 shifts that enabled me to overcome my trauma. There are 5 key shifts you must make in order to sing high notes and belt effortlessly. In my years of vocal coaching and as a singer myself, I began noticing that the most successful singers also did these 5 simple things, so I continued using them and I got even more amazing results. Then I started sharing them with my clients and they also got amazing results. Now I'm sharing them with you and the world. I'm going to walk you through all 5 of them. Here are the 5 shifts. Number 1, reframe your mindset. 50% of good singing technique happens in the body. The other half? In your head. It's your need for approval and to be loved that gets in the way. Although feeling self-conscious about singing well is a great motivation to take action, becoming an outstanding singer requires certain character strengths that don't come naturally to most singers. In his book Effortless Mastery, Kenny Werner tells musicians that we care way too much. Indeed, the biggest enemy to your success is yourself, your ego to be more specific. For example, you and your band are playing in a club tonight and you're having a blast, just being yourself, doing your thing, and having the absolute time of your life. At the end of the night, you're like, hey guys, that was so awesome. We totally nailed it. High five, everyone. Too bad everyone in the audience was drunk and not really paying attention. But who cares? We are totally ready for the record label executive next week. So you're all excited. Then, the following week, same place, same time, same set list, and nothing is going the way you planned it. Your voice is shaky from the start. You're flat on those high notes you were counting on to impress the big guy. You made out some of the lyrics you forgot, but hopefully no one noticed. And by the middle of the set, you realize that you've been singing with your fly down all along. Oh my God. What's next? The whole night is just a disaster waiting to happen. And these are the tricks ego plays on us. May this be your lesson. Let go of wanting to impress and show everyone what you're made of. This only puts more pressure on you, and you will be more likely to mess up. I believe that you have something extremely special to share. We are talking about changing people's lives with your music. That's a big deal. Oscar Wilde said it best. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. So just go for it. Take calculated risks and see what happens. How else are you going to know whether it was worth your while? Enjoy life. Voice yourself. Number 2, see your voice. This is the mistake everybody makes about singing. Because it's given to everyone, people think that it's easy to sing. And of course, there are plenty of fabulous singers out there who do make it sound easy. And so it should be easy, and it will for you too. However, and I think most of you will agree with me here, voice is in fact one of the most difficult instruments, and it's so underestimated. What makes it challenging is that it is invisible, but there's a way around that. Create a vivid image of your voice using your imagination and body sensations. You need to contextualize your voice so that you have a better awareness of your instrument. You need to understand your voice by feeling it and seeing it in your mind instead of listening to it. And of course, we tend to listen to our voice first since it makes sense, yet that is extremely misleading because we don't hear ourselves the way people hear us. We hear ourselves within our bone structure, which explains why everybody hates their voice when they first hear it on a recording. It's because you don't recognize yourself like, who's this? Who's this girl with a French accent? Me? An accent? I don't have an accent. What are you talking about? When you start seeing and feeling your voice from that perspective, the obstacle that we can't touch our instrument, unlike any other, dissolves. You develop high levels of self-awareness and begin to manipulate your body and voice in ways that make perfect sense. You get that the body vibrates like a tuning fork. Singing becomes a full body, mind, and soul experience. And that is incredibly rewarding. Seeing your voice is part of a larger concept that I call the FSL approach. F is for feel. You are looking for feelings of easiness and effortlessness. Feel your voice moving in your body, feel your diaphragmatic muscles engaging to support your voice, and so on. S is for see. You can visualize your voice with your imagination, but you can also watch yourself in a mirror or on a recording to see if anything strange is happening when you sing. Do you look natural? Is your head moving too much? Is anything else distracting happening when you sing? If so, do something about it. L is for listen. Once you approve of what you see and it feels comfortable, actively listen to the sound of your voice in order to remember what it's like to sing this way. Take my client Simon, for example. He was really struggling accessing his mid to upper register. He was pulling chest and he didn't understand where to focus his resonance. By feeling and visualizing how the sound traveled in his body, he was able to redirect his voice towards its proper vocal path, and this allowed him to bridge between his mix and head voice. Thanks to this approach, he added over an octave to his range, practically overnight. For Simon, this opened the door to conveying the emotions of his songs a lot more expressively, and he really took off with his technical and song interpretation delivery, as well as with his writing. His transformation was actually quite incredible to watch. Use your creative thinking and body awareness to make your voice come alive and work for you. The third shift is my favorite. I call it my secret weapon, master resonance. And get this, guys, this is the old way of singing. Really not knowing what you're doing technically and just wing it. And really, there's great value in improvising, but there is a difference between improvising with scales and a melody, as in scatting, for example, which, by the way, is a highly respectable and advanced vocal skill, and improvising with your technique because you just don't know any better. I can think of at least 2 or 3 professional singers I've worked with, and I'm talking touring artists here, who confessed to me that they could only sing below or above their vocal break and not through it. So the old way, guys, is to play it safe. And you do that by avoiding songs with high notes or in your break, because you can't risk messing up and looking like a fool. Practicing songs from beginning to end on repeat. That is not practicing. It's almost a complete waste of time. You may as well not practice at all if you do that. It's not intentional and it has no purpose. What you're doing really is just entertaining yourself. And you think that this is harmless and probably a lot of fun. But in reality, you are reinforcing the things you are already doing wrong. Pushing really hard to hit high notes and sing louder. Most untrained singers do this and strain. It's really hard to avoid without expert guidance. The truth is, that's what 90% of clients come to see me for. Limit your singing and talking between rehearsals and shows to make sure that your voice has time to heal before the next performance. This sucks, and it's got to freak you out. And if it doesn't, I'm worried for you. Fishing through YouTube and other social media platforms or singing blogs that give you only part of the solution to find vocal tips that will magically solve all of your vocal limitations, including straining issues. Well, guess what? It is a combination of many things in a specific sequence that will unlock your vocal power. So good luck with that. Posting in multiple Facebook singing groups, seeking guidance from other members who, by the way, are struggling just like you. There are lots of mediocre singers out there who think they know it all. Meanwhile, they don't. Sharing your singing on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. hoping and praying that someone important will notice you and give you your big break. It's tough to stand out in a sea of content, isn't it? But sometimes keeping the dream alive is easier than taking meaningful action towards it. Now you can either continue to sing the way you do and kill your voice and self esteem in the process, or master resonance. Unleash your full vocal potential and perform with confidence in order to jumpstart your career. Now, mastering vocal resonance is a truly powerful weapon for your voice, and it will do wonders for it because it allows you to use your whole upper body, just like a guitar, to build your voice. It's wrong to compartmentalize and restrict high and low notes in separate sections, such as head and chest voice, when they need so much more. I believe that every pitch you sing must include a different balance of both bass and treble frequencies, and that it should vibrate in the entire upper body at once. Here's why. Resonance reverberates differently according to where you send it. Some of it goes in your face, ears, throat, neck, chest, and so on. These are all connected. Even your eyes are connected to the nose, which connects to the throat, which connects to your ears and neck. And finally, your neck also connects to your chest. Have you ever thought about that? How they're all connected? I think it's pretty cool. What is even more fascinating is that all these body parts are connected by tunnel-like structures. Take the larynx or the eustachian tubes, for example. Knowing that sound builds up when reverberating endlessly in round structures, this is great news for singers. By opening access to these tiny channels, your voice not only builds up resonance as it's traveling, it also ends up resonating in a much larger space. It makes sense when you compare this to singing in a tunnel. The larger the tunnel, the louder the echo. But once you step out of the tunnel, the echo and volume are gone. In the contrary, if you keep your voice in a limited section like your face, your voice is missing out on the larger space it could have access to in order to produce more resonance. Mastering resonance is to calibrate just the right amount of bass and treble according to pitch to beautify your tone and maximize your projection. Higher notes need more treble, but it doesn't mean they shouldn't have any bass in them. Lower notes need more bass, but it doesn't mean they shouldn't have any treble included either. Makes sense? Your job is to put in place the right conditions so that your voice can travel and fill up that available space. By creating the right vocal path for your voice to access all of its resonance chambers, not only your face, vibration resonates freely and builds up before it comes out of your mouth. Mastering resonance is really exciting because it will dramatically add to your range and completely transform your tone and ability to use volume dynamics. You will also be able to create a variety of super cool textures to suit the mood of your songs and truly sing from your soul. All of this is easy and comfortable so that you are free to move around, act, and even dance if it's your thing. My client Nadia, a wedding singer, was feeling trapped when she couldn't honor the groom's and bride's special song requests as part of her set list. But by learning how to maximize her resonance, she can now sing songs that she was never able to sing before. She's also found the freedom to walk around the stage and dance to better interact and engage her audience without negatively impacting her vocals. This gives her a huge sense of accomplishment. And the newlyweds, they are overjoyed with their dream wedding, totally on cloud nine. And now she's a highly sought after wedding singer and her business is doing fantastic. Isn't it amazing? So I say, forget that your voice is coming out of your mouth and instead make your voice resonate in your head, but also swell it in your neck and chest, no matter the pitch. Number 4, tap into relaxation. Yes, relax. Effortless singing comes from relaxation, not effort. When you've been singing the wrong way for too many years, there comes a point where you don't even feel your tension. You think that you are relaxed, but you're not at all because you've been conditioned to sing this way. Tension will sneak up on you when you least expect it. And it makes it very hard to sing when you're nervous or emotional. You choke up. So learn not only to relax your body, but your mind as well to prevent the inevitable brain muscle voice connection. And one more thing, do not strengthen your voice. I hear this all the time. Oh, I need to strengthen my voice. It bugs me so much. You cannot strengthen your voice. Your vocal cords are not muscles. Stop working so hard to hit high notes. This will cause you to strain in no time. The voice has a lot of energy. Pushing hard on your voice is like trying to push a big elephant down a small mouse hole. It never works. All you will accomplish is create injury. So get this, guys. Instead, this is what you have to do. Remove all tension from the voice to create a state of complete relaxation. Let your larynx do its job to easily pull vocal cords to pitch, low and high, consistently throughout your entire range. Now, this is a tricky part. Tension comes from multiple places. It could come from your breathing, the way you support your voice, your enunciation, how you place your voice, how you move your body, etc., etc. Fixing only one of those points of tension is going to help, but it's not really going to take you very much further. Again, it's a combination of positive changes that will give you the outcome you seek. Sadly, I see this happening over and over again to rock stars. They are very intense on stage and they think it looks cool. But hey, it's not so cool when your voice is gone and you have to cancel the next show. We even see this happening to the best of the best across genres. Think about Adele, Elton John, Julie Andrews, Luciano Pavarotti, Mariah Carey, Justin Timberlake, Whitney Houston, Freddie Mercury, Celine Dion, Frank Sinatra, Bjork, Paul Stanley, Rob Stewart, Josh Stone, Steven Tyler, Sam Smith. The list of professional, amazing singers who had to cancel shows due to nodules and other vocal damage goes on and on. This is so common that I fear the day will come when my favorite singer will have nodules. It breaks my heart. Don't let it be you. So you want to sing high, loud and clear? Just relax. Number 5, invest in mentoring. Seek expert guidance. Stop trying to figure it out by yourself, getting tips from YouTube and books, only to be left on your own and still not understanding how to put the pieces of this huge and complicated puzzle together and try to make sense out of it. I think you know as well as I do that trial and error doesn't work. I also hear from many singers that singing lessons don't work either. There are tons of incredibly talented singers who improvise themselves teachers, but singing well and teaching well are two. The art of singing is extremely abstract. It requires a unique expertise to pass on its knowledge effectively. The truth is, very few amazing singers are also talented teachers. No wonder you grow frustrated and so many singers give up on their dreams too. Do you see the problem here? Because singing is so intricate and personal, what you need is expert guidance from a vocal coach who will be there for you and support you every step of the way. Someone who can identify your areas of need and tailor a structured plan for your success. Someone who is dedicated to serving your best interests. So don't wait until it's too late and you get nodules to do something about it. You only have 2 vocal cords. In case of vocal injury, you can't get new ones at your local music store. Let me take a moment to explain what vocal nodules are so that you have a better idea of what's at stake. Vocal cords vibrate at about 1,000 times a second or faster during singing. And that's a lot. If there isn't enough space for the larynx to move up and down and pull vocal cords to pitch, vocal cords start rubbing against each other, and that is super abrasive. We have to remember that vocal cords are fragile and vulnerable. If stress is reoccurring, little bumps like calluses start developing on both vocal cords exactly where the unwanted friction occurs. Then vocal cords can't close. The voice becomes breathy and raspy. The continuous stress on vocal cords increases and it makes them swell, which of course worsens the whole condition. And there the vicious cycle never ends. Unless the nodes are surgically removed or the voice rehabilitated with correct vocal technique. And even if vocal fatigue isn't an issue for you yet, don't waste your talent waiting for your voice to happen. Take me, for instance. I'm the perfect example of what not to do. Remember how I got my tonsils out and lost my voice? After graduating from university in 1998, I moved to the biggest city in Canada with the hopes of finding the right vocal coach to teach me how to overcome my trauma, learn to sing again, and maybe, potentially, maybe kickstart my career in singing. But unfortunately, no one knew how. You can only imagine my despair. After wasting tons of money, time, and energy, and still not singing the way I used to, I realized that my only option was to figure it out on my own. A few years later, I eventually did get my voice back, thank goodness, but by then, my career path had also diverted towards a new passion education. I had other commitments, so making it in the music industry didn't really interest me anymore. My momentum had gone, and I kind of missed out on my dream. To tell you the truth, I'm a little resentful that no one was able to get me back on track when I needed help. I mean, things still worked out for me. I love teaching, and my experience of losing and getting my voice back gives me an unmatched understanding of singing. But there's always this little voice at the back of my mind that wonders what might have been had I fixed my voice quicker. If only I had access to online resources the way you do today so that I can connect with the best teacher out there and fix my problems promptly. I tell you, social media, Skype, Zoom, and other teaching platforms are little miracles in today's crazy world. Now, that investment will pay for itself not only in vocal skills and health, but also in more opportunities, more gigs, more fans. More fun. What would you do with a voice you're incredibly proud of? Sing with friends or start a band? Start a YouTube channel? Audition to be on TV? Perform on Twitch? Professionally record and release your music? And what if you start actually getting paid to sing? What would you do with that extra income from gigging? Travel? Buy a fancy car? Buy the house of your dreams? Start making a list now because all of this is within your reach if you invest in mentoring. I know that many of you wish to generate revenues on Spotify or dream of hearing your songs on the radio, that you want to perform more than anything else. Or maybe you just want to sing better at choir and be able to jam with your band and play around town. But there's also some of you who secretly dream of making it big on a TV show. If you're already earning a living playing shows and touring, don't you want a long, successful singing career? I know that you long for that special connection you get when in the zone with your music. I'm talking about the connection to the universe, but also that human contact and undeniable need we have to communicate and be understood. The craving comes from that fuzzy feeling in your heart when you are one with your music and fans. You feel inspired. You want to make a difference and help others discovering who they are too with your stories. You are a storyteller after all, and what good is your voice if you can't count on it when you need it the most? Change yourself first and the world next. Be the change you want to see. Ultimately, what matters the most is to be happy. Your own personal happiness. Feeling the joy every day when you wake up in the morning and you just can't wait to get going because you love life and precisely your life, the one that you created. It's better than you ever imagined. No one knows better than you how to create the perfect life, so don't let anyone steal your dreams away, regardless of how well intentioned they are. Think about it. Happiness. And that's absolutely priceless. Today, I promise to explain how to sing higher, louder, and effortlessly in less than 2 months, even if that seems like a totally unachievable task. How to find your own unique vocal identity and sing your heart out without shutting down your voice or compromising on emotions so that you can find the voice you want, sing any way you want, anytime you want. How to show off your high notes beyond using falsetto and increase your stamina without pushing your voice beyond its natural limits. How to manage your nerves and not let stress ruin your performance even when you know you only have one shot at a chance of a lifetime. How to eliminate vocal fatigue despite the high demands of singing nightly, and even if you put on a high energy performance, jumping and dancing in front of a crowd. How to give it all you've got without getting in the way of healthy vocal technique. A step-by-step strategy to sing higher, louder, and effortlessly so that you can sing at your best consistently, make an impact with your music, and finally create your masterpiece. Here's what you need to win. 1. Reframe your mindset. 2. See your voice. 3. Use a secret weapon. Master resonance. 4. Tap into relaxation. 5. Invest in mentoring. These 5 shifts alone are enough to propel you to vocal freedom by singing higher, louder, and effortlessly in less than 2 months. Now you have a choice. You can either take the information I've given you, or you can forget all about it. You can keep on watching YouTube videos and reading blogs to try to figure it out on your own. You can keep on buying books and programs that only give you a small part of the equation. You can keep showing up to your events unprepared but hoping for the best. You can keep on singing the way you do and accept the limitations, raspiness, and discomfort that come with nodules and the possibility of future vocal injuries. You can keep on suffering through vocal fatigue, having to mute yourself for days while your voice recuperates. Or, if you're done with all that crap, if you want to get your voice back and get in your best vocal shape ever, if you want to unleash your full singing potential and blast your competition with your unbelievable vocal mastery and fantastic musical emotional intelligence, if you want to get noticed by important people and finally get signed to a reputable label, if you want to walk on stage like you own it, command it, and perform at your peak, blowing your fans' mind with your endless energy, outpouring confidence, and undeniable charisma, then if that's what you really want, let's rock and roll. Here's what I have for you. I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak to you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your singing starting today. Whatever your challenges are, I have seen it and I know how to overcome it. On this session, I will work with you to craft a step-by-step game plan to sing higher, louder, and eliminate any vocal straining, and to see whether we need to work on your mindset, expanding resonance, remove tension, or improve your stage presence so that you can reach all of your vocal goals. The cost? Absolutely free. During this call, we are going to get you clear on 3 things. 1. What your areas of need are. 2. The best solution to fix your problems. 3. Define your vocal goals. This free consultation call is for singers who are passionate about singing or actively pursuing a career in music. You must be excited about improving your natural singing talent and overall skills. You must have the motivation to reverse your vocal issues or prevent any future vocal injuries. If that's you, I would love to talk to you. Book your session now. Why I'm doing this? I do this because I believe in the power of music. Music brings the world together. I love giving back, and helping singers achieve their goals is rewarding. I feel very strongly about singing. It has always been and remains my number one passion. I came very close of losing my voice after my tonsil removal surgery, so I completely understand the pain of not having a voice. Just like you, I live to connect with others through my music. I breathe, eat, and dream music. I know in my heart that singing is my gift, and teaching is what I was put on this earth for. So I want to share this joy with you. Singing makes me feel alive. If this is what you want, I've got the knowledge, the structure, and the support that you need to reinvent yourself and transform your singing. So let's discuss it and see if my teaching style and your learning style are compatible. Let's find out if we are a good fit. And if not, that's fine too. Go to voiceyourselfsinging.com/apply and claim your spot today for a breakthrough session with me. I'm so excited and I really look forward to hearing all about your vocal goals and dreams. Lots of singers contact me every day to discuss their singing needs, so spaces are very limited. Act now. Again, the address to sign up is voiceyourselfsinging.com/apply. I just want to share one more thing with you before we take off. There's something magical about singing in vibration. So special that in the Eastern tradition of monk chanting, the sound Om, for instance, is referred to as the sound of the universe, where it all begins. Now, I work with all kinds of aspiring and semi-professional singers and even touring artists occasionally. But from time to time, I also help recovering cancer patients who reach out to me because they want to use the therapeutic powers of singing to reestablish energy flow and promote healing of their body, heart, and soul. How powerful is that? Not only does music allow us to connect with each other, but also to connect to our source. The role you play and the gifts you give in touching people's life with your music are sacred. Nurture your voice, nurture it, and spread the love. All right, fantastic. That's it for me today. I'm Val Bastien from voiceyourselfsinging.com. It was an absolute pleasure to share my love and passion for singing with you today. Talk to you later. Au revoir.